Morning everyone. Hope everyone's having a fantastic week. Just want to share something with everyone about processes and what I like to call in our business bringing back boring. Now, I think the majority of us out there understand when we can have some processes and some systems in our business, that is a consistent way of doing something, whether that be, the way we spray our house out, the way we mask up, the way we do our wages, the way we do our quotes, the way we follow up, etc., etc., etc. This can speed up the time it takes to do something, but also improves the ability for us to be able to delegate or assign those tasks to other people. So bringing back boring from my perspective is mainly about understanding what the next critical step is. Now, let's put this into context. If you've been in business long enough, or just life in general, to be honest, we all get a sense of overwhelm at some point in our lives. Now, whether it's like this morning, I have a double drop off for school. Start thinking about, okay, got to get lunches ready, got to get the kids ready. I've got one drop off at 7 o'clock, which is very shortly. Then I've got another drop off at 8 o'clock. And then I've got to get a heap of stuff to get done for tonight, got the webinar tonight. So I've got to get prepared for that, make sure all the technology is working. Then I've got obviously the business to run and all the moving parts that it takes to operate a business with 3 or 4 dozen people. So you could potentially get a little bit overwhelmed and think about all the things that we have to do. Now, bringing back boring is about breaking things down into the next critical step, rather than thinking about, what may go wrong sometime in the future, because overwhelm, how do you describe that? Overwhelm is a fear of something going wrong in the future, of you dropping the ball, something that may or may not ever happen. So you have this feeling of overwhelm that something may go wrong. It may not go wrong at all, but it may go wrong. That's where you get this feeling of overwhelm. So I remember reading a book a while ago about, I believe it's the Nick Saban, I think it was the Alabama University head coach. And he taught his team about thinking on the next critical step in their process. It's not about winning championships. It's not about winning the Super Bowl. It's not about smashing those goals sometime in the future. Be able to focus on what is the next step that we need to take care of. Now, translating it to business, let's take my daily setup for example. That is a process. It's a process to get my head right at the beginning of the day so I can understand what I need to get clear on, what I need to get done in that day. Because like your inbox, like your email inbox and the phone calls that come in, it's too easy to get caught up doing other people's things. So the purpose of my daily setup is to get me into a process of setting my intention, of choosing my mood, for documenting, for grateful stacking, for stacking how grateful I am, and then reminding myself why I'm doing this and what needs to be done. Now, in business, let's say it's in the sales process, you want to increase your sales, or you need to convert some jobs. So rather than think about 3 months in the future about, if I don't make sales now, the business is going to go backwards, I'm going to be in ruins, and I'm not going to be able to sustain where I want to go. Focus on what you need to do today. Who do you need to call today? Focus on that. Who do you need to follow up today? How many calls do you need to make? What relationships should you be working on today? That is the next step in the process. Thinking too far down the road can get you overwhelmed with all these things in between, and all it does is make you stress and worry about things that may or may not happen. So let's bring back boring. Let's get or create a process, whether it be a morning ritual process, a quote process, a sales process, an operational process in your business, whether it be, admin, financials, your accounting, your BASs, right down to how you mask up and set up homes, how you set up repaints, how you follow up quotes, whatever that happens to be. Whatever you need to do this week, just take the next step. Don't worry about 10 steps down the road. Don't worry about, I want to be here. I want to have a 7-figure painting business in the next 3 years. It's great to have goals. Don't get me wrong. I'm a big proponent. I'm a big, believer in having goals of what you want. But be able to break it down into the next critical step. One thing that I think that's helped me through my business career and just through life is I'm a pretty simple person. So I have the ability to actually just zero in focus on the next critical step and nail it, and then go for the next step and nail it, and go for the next step and nail it. So if you're feeling a little bit overwhelmed with where you're at, let it go. Just think about what is the next step you can focus on. It could be just make your bed. I don't know. Something simple. Just focus on the next step, get it done. The next step, get it done. The next step, get it done. Okay? So it reminds me, speaking of overwhelm, with tonight's live training call at, I think it's 5:30 Queensland time, 5:30 Brisbane time. If you want to see how we qualify, how I qualify clients in our business and the exact process that we use, I'm happy to share with you tonight at 5:30. I'll put a link somewhere in the video or somewhere on this page. And if you've got an hour tonight, listen in, and I'll be sharing with you, bringing back boring of the process of qualifying clients. Anyway, have a super awesome Tuesday, and if you're going to be on tonight, see you tonight. Otherwise, see you on the interwebs. All right, bye.